So the rising cost of living, will the government have to pay the price? Well, representing the left, joining us from Kolkata, Mohammad Salim, leader of the CPM. The right, Tarun Vijay, national spokesperson of the BJP in Delhi. We also hope to get PL Punia, Congress MP, to represent the centre. Also with us, HK Dua, senior journalist. He's been the Prime Minister's media advisor, both in the NDA regime as well as the UPA regime. And MK Venu, who is the managing editor of the Financial Express. Thanks so much for joining us. If I can go to Mr. Tarun Vijay first. Mr. Vijay, what really did you manage to gain from today's debate in Parliament in terms of actuals? What suggestions could you give the government that this is what they should do to curb rising prices?
Is it a game in the Parliament to have something in kitty so that you can say that you have gained something? We are there to have our opposition dharma conducted in a way that the people are satisfied that the government's fallacies and mistakes and the criminal record is exposed before the people. We are there to express the disgust, the disappointment and the disillusionment of the masses with this kind of a governance, which has completely become of the rich, by the rich, for the rich governance, a mechanism run by babus who do not know what to do for the country's poor masses.
Okay, so Mr. Vijay, are you saying that Parliament is just a house for oratory? Is that what you're saying?
It's not a house of oratory. You are insulting the Parliament by saying that it's a house of oratory.
No, but why were no concrete suggestions made?
Parliament is a house of lawmakers. Parliament is a house where the people's aspirations and the people's voices are heard by the millions across the country. It is not a drama, it is not a theatre. So when opposition says that it wants a debate on price rise, it means that this is the most atrocious problem that people are facing. This is a war front. And here is a governance which is neglecting the people's anguish and their pains. Hence, the debate was demanded by the opposition, and we had it.
Okay.
The way our Yashwant Sinha and other leaders have spoken about price rise and exposed the government, the most corrupt, the looters of the wealth of India, being covered and protected by this kind of a government. This has to be exposed so that people know.
So you are saying that your objective
alone.
was to expose. Let me go to Mohammad Salim. Mohammad Salim, there's been a lot of criticism of Parliament not functioning. Finally, we had a debate today. Are you satisfied with the outcome so far?
No, only discussion is not going to satisfy the left or the people of India. But Parliament, we have a representative character of democracy. So the people's representative must represent the issues that is concerning the people. So price rise, unemployment, these are the poverty, these are the issues. But normally the well-to-do people, they dominate every sphere of life. So they try to overlap their issues one after another through media, through Parliament, through politics. So price rise is one which is pinching the common Indians, but hardly the government of India recognizes it as a problem. So at least in this discussion first, they have recognized it's a big problem. Leader of the oppositions or the ruling party, they all agree that the government has to take action, because normally Monsoon Session government or his finance ministers successfully they were saying that either blame the weather or climate, blame the international situation, blame the economic recession, blame the supply situation, but don't take the onus on them. But now the Parliament is urging the government to take action, which the government has refused to do that. They are only leaving it to the Reserve Bank authority to determine the rate of interest. But that's not going to help. The question is fiscal policy, the question of economic policies. And I'm happy that even Yashwant Sinha, I have seen the sign of early 90s Yashwant Sinha, that he is questioning the wisdom of the economic policy of Dr. Monsoon Singh, which is, of course, good for the growth rate, but very bad for the people. So some people are gaining out of this, but most of the people are losing.
The poor are not gaining.
Parliament should know this, Parliament should focus it on this.
Okay.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.